Hello, this is Malorian. Now is going to be the fourth game of the Alberta Grand Tournament, and you know what? I was feeling really sick the first day, but I went straight home, well, to the place where I was staying. I got 11 hours of sleep after my sister-in-law, who was a nurse, gave me some meds, and now I'm feeling 100%. So I'm ready to get back in there, get some big points, because I did okay the last day, but nothing really spectacular. So now I really need to get in there, get some like big 20 nils, and man, just have a good time. So my first opponent's going to be Kieran Dunleavy. We already had a practice game. I know what his list is about, and you know what? I'm feeling great because he has 3 Phoenixes. I know I have the War Machines to take them down, foot of Gork, all that good stuff. The only thing I'd be worried about is if my line is fractured. But luckily, Dawn Attack's already gone, so you know what? I'm looking here to get a big win. So let's see how it goes. Alright, so looking at my deployment, the most important thing will be this, and that's that we got meeting engagement, and yeah, I'm rolling for ones. I got one of my War Machines, which, you know, hey, I got 4, probably one of those going to do this, but 2 of my blocks started off, both the Savages and the Black Orcs, so that's a problem. For him, he had his Sea Guard and his, his Anointed on his regular Phoenix. And the line looks like this. So it really is, it's immediate engagement. The only real difference is that the person who deployed first can choose to redeploy D3 of his units, but then the other person steals a turn on a 2+ rather than on a 6. You know, I don't think anyone really went for this, but whatever. Here's the situation. Now, of course, he deployed first here, and then the main thing I saw here is that I was going to need to go back here on the right. Now, normally, I would castle up. I take my three blocks, put the War Machines behind, shoot up his Phoenixes. You know, he can't really get behind my lines because I want to give him room within the castle, and so you have to gauge the front, and, you know, really, I just really would give myself the advantage. But here, I didn't have that. So what the plan was is to use the trolls to scare off the Phoenix on the left, shoot down the Phoenix on the right, and then when the other anointed Phoenix comes in, by that point I can actually bring in the blocks to counter. Now remember, I can't use the Black Orcs to counter him because with their flaming attacks he have a 2+ ward. So I'm going to have to use the Savages to do it, but you know, it's just one of these things where, you know, this is the way the rolls went, and we'll see what happens. If nothing else, you know, I should be able to kill off some of his other things with my big blocks and, you know, do fairly well. So we're going to have a little bit of a dance over here with our fast cav, but, you know, it's a minor little thing, little arrows at me running around with him. And, you know, I didn't steal first turn, and after his first turn, it looks like this. So the one Phoenix going off to the left, the other one screaming off to the right, and, I mean, this is what I'm really worried about. Like, if I don't shoot that Phoenix down now, it's going to charge into me. Of course, you can see his reserves coming in there in the back there. Otherwise, some shooting did 1 wound to a troll, and that's pretty much it. Alright, so on my turn, my reserves come in, and I decide to do it all from this board edge. So, again, I'm putting the Black Orcs back here, facing backwards, so that when he comes back here, I can hopefully get him with the Black Orcs. Actually, I was an idiot and deployed them backwards here. I'll be turning them around in a second. The Savages, which I'd rather fight his Phoenix, are on this side here. So really what's going to happen is that I expect his Phoenix to come back over my Savages, and then he is going to have a hard problem because I'm going to be pushing up towards his lines because I know my Savages can take on those Sea Guard, and meanwhile I'll be like, well, the Doom Diver's right there. It's also a tempting target. So I'm hoping just to give him too many options. And of course here, if I can destroy this one Phoenix, the Black Orcs could just swing in and close the gate. On my turn, things are made a little bit more difficult because this this rock lava explodes, and this is even worse because what I'd hoped to do was to pull in his guy here, his one Phoenix, because if he charged this one, then I could release my Fanatic and hopefully he'd land on it, but no such luck. Alright, so after my first turn's done, it looks like this, and there's still 3 Phoenixes. So, yeah, Wolf Riders dance around on the left. I got my guys here set up Pretty much just the way they are. You know, Foot of Gork doing nothing. It's just, yeah, I think I did like 1 wound to the Phoenix, and that's it. So pretty piss poor. So his turn, he charges in here, and the only thing I have going for me is that this is a scree slope, so he did a wound to himself. But that's pretty much it. Back here, he flies over my savages, kills 5 of them, and he's facing actually my Doom Diver. So this is great. He kind of took the bait I was hoping, and the best thing is that he's so close, I can even move the Doom Diver so that he's not seeing me anymore. So overall, after his turn here, he's just kind of moving up. His Sea Guard moving away from the Savages. The Phoenix moving more to the flank. And now I'm really worried about him getting to my bunker. And, you know, things are just getting messy because he destroyed the one, went off. I'm running, like, I have no rock lobbas anymore. The one thing I'm going to try doing here is when, here, well, let's show you. Over here, I'm going to go into his one Phoenix with a Chariot, just hoping to hold him up for a turn. Over here, I do Foot of Gork, and I love it. Foot of Gork comes down on the Sea Guard, kicks their butt. Then I roll a 1, and look at all the savages I lost. Yeah, totally not worth it. So, oh, Gork. Alright, now this is what I was talking about before. Now this is a trick that somebody did to me already, so this is where I learned it, where when your flyer comes back on the board, it can only go the 10 inches because it can't march. So the Black Orcs are set up here, so there's no place that the Phoenix can go that I won't be able to see it. So I'm set up to counter that one. The Savages still pushing up. You can see the Doom Diver moving over, so his Anointed Phoenix can't see me. And yeah, my Chariot block didn't work. It died. And then otherwise, my bunker is in a very bad spot because there's a Phoenix looking at it. So on his turn, the Phoenix charges my bunker, and I have no choice but to run away, which is bad because, oh yeah, I have trolls. After the turn then, it looks like this. The Phoenix is now just kind of going way back, so it can't really see me so much. The white lines going up to the trolls, but not really charging in left. What's left of the Sea Guard is kind of just reforming and looking at me here. And there is also the BSB in there, so he's able to do that kind of reform thing too if I charge him. I didn't really go over the list. I guess I kind of assumed you guys remember his list from before. Something I should mention, though, that he did change that I think was a very good move, is he took out his Dragon Princes for this very big unit of White Lions. And I think that's a very good, solid choice because now, like, one little Doom Diver doesn't devastate the unit. You know, you actually have it for the Watchtower. They're a very strong unit to get in there and hold it. You know, they're just a good unit for breaking steadfast, just the whole deal. So overall, really like the changes he made here. I mean, this really is doing what I was hoping to do with my Wood Elf list, or sorry, the High Elf list. You know, his Phoenixes, if you're looking at this picture here, are just all over me. My lines are totally broken. He has a few little units of infantry that are kind of doing their part as well. Some more shooting in the back from the archers and the bolt thrower. It's just, you know, it's almost like I'm watching this going, man, he's just schooling me, showing me how Wood Elves should be played. So on my turn, I charge here with my Black Orcs and fail, but hey, at least a lot of them die on the scree slope. Over here, charge with the Savages, and I fail. And over here, I fail to rally with my bunker with my General, so that's absolutely horrible. Over here, he gets off the flames of the Phoenix, or sorry, the fiery convocation on my Trolls, so they're going to be slaughtered by flames. And at the end, it looks like this. You know, I failed stupidity. Don't know what else to say. I'm trying to do stuff with my Doom Divers, but they're scattering off or doing one hit. After this is done, I got the Phoenix going into my rear and the White Lions into the front. And, you know, between this and the flames, it's just going to be really bad. He's also going into the Doom Diver here, finishing me off. The Anointed goes into my bunker, and I run like 3 inches and get run down. And yeah, so when this is all done, I mean, this fire convocation was nasty. He rolled it like it was just, I was going to say he was going to roll it like it was on fire, but I guess kind of a little bit of a pun there. But either way, yeah, the trolls were just slaughtered. Yeah, this is just all really bad. Really, really bad. So really, all I'm looking at this point is that the Black Orcs he's probably not going to kill. And that's 500 points. Now, in this setup here for the 20-0 system, you need to be up 1,500 points to make it 20-0. So my goal right now is to get enough points to make it so it's going to be a 19-1. That's now my hope. So really, the Black Orcs are turning over here. Actually, no, this was another failed charge on the Scree slope, just hoping to get like a long bomb charge, get some points, but it's a fail. Over here, I fail animosity and fight myself, so much for trying to charge into archers or something like that. But the only thing I have going for me is with this whole fast cav battle, I finally passed the march test, and my wolf riders are screaming towards that bolt thrower. So I got a little bit of point promise there, but that's really it. So his turn here, he's just really circling my savages, shooting them up. They're now on fire. Oh, poor savages. Yeah, look at this here. They'd love. Oh, sorry. This here, the last one was a failed charge. This is the animosity took it away. These savages, this is like the worst game for them. They've just had a rough time. And so over here, wolf riders get the charge in, and they're going to be destroying this bolt thrower. However, they don't go off the board, so I'm going to be losing their points. Over here, his Fire Phoenix goes into my Doom Diver. And against my savages, they're going to be fighting 2 Phoenixes in the front and a bunch of White Lions and a BSB and a Mage in the front. Yeah, I guess how this one's going to go. I mean, for a little while, I was actually naive enough to think like, hey, if I just have a couple of guys left, I can try killing the Mage or his BSB. Oh, yeah, good luck on that, Brian. And so, yeah, when everything's all done here, the board's clear, and I've been totally tabled. I got these Black Orcs, so I guess, sorry, that's a lie. It wasn't a total tabling, but it might as well have been. Like, I've just been completely manhandled and destroyed, and yeah, this is a rough game. And these Black Orcs did nothing but die on a slope. So that was a very tough loss. You know, it's one of these things where going into it, you know, looking at the list, I had like, yeah, I got this clear advantage. I got this guy, right? You know, Kieran Dunleavy, he's more of a painter, more than like the more tactician. If you're going to kind of like, you know, classify gamers, I'm more of the tactician type guy. I got this, right? I'm going to destroy this guy, get like the big win. And what does Kieran do? Totally destroys me, 20-0s me, and yeah, it's pretty bad. Now, part of it can say like, okay, well, I did get unlucky and I got the 2 blocks that didn't start, right? And if I actually would have actually had my guys, even 2 of my blocks, right? Like pick any one to start off. If I actually had 2, I could make my castle. So you can say there's a little bit there of luck and whatever, and I had whatever stuff going on. However, I was looking at the end where this is a good example where you can actually take bad luck and actually make up for it if you just put more thought into it. Now I'm going to be using this as the board here. Now I have 1 block and all my war machines. What I should have done is if I put my first block like this and then put all my war machines behind it, right? That means I'm giving this as an opening, right? I'm just saying this is open. But this whole side here, it's locked down. That's it. Well, he can't get through there that first turn. So what I do then is on my first turn, when those blocks come in, they just come in here and close the door. And I got my castle. You know, it's exactly the same thing as if it started on the board. I'm not going to be advancing anyway. It's just instead of starting like this, first turn, close the door. And I would have had my castle. But, you know, it's just at that time, I don't know what it was. I just didn't come up with this. I was just like, oh, I can't believe this. And I mean, it's just one of these things there, too, where I had high hopes that, you know, between the 2 Rock Loppas and the Doom Diver and the Foot of Gork, oh, yeah, I'll be killing that Phoenix, no problem. That thing's dead. Yeah, well, that didn't pan out. And then all of a sudden, everything fell apart. And then all of a sudden, I'm needing to go and, like, I'm breaking up my forces. And this is the big thing. I mean, me and Kieran were talking about this for a while. He was like, man, I'm so scared because your guys are all around me, right? All of a sudden, you have savages coming in from the flank. This is crazy. But the big thing is that in an army like his, where it's set up with these phoenixes flying around, that's exactly what you want. You want the opponent to be all broken up and fragmented so you can actually go and, you know, fly between the gaps, focus and take out single parts of it. You know, that was perfect. So really, I'm the one that kind of dropped the ball in this game. I mean, nothing against Kieran. He played a great game. I can't really think of really any tactical mistakes he made. So it's just one of these things where, you know, I should have just given it a little bit more thought, not assume that I can just kill a Phoenix whenever I want to, and there you go. But as far as the tournament goes, taking a 20-0 loss. Yeah, so if there was any hope I had that I was going to win top spot, gone. Totally gone. So even my whole idea where I was going to get 5 wins, totally gone. Totally gone. I can still hope to not get more than one loss. You know, I always have like trying to win more than I lose, but I was saying I want to have 5 wins. But if we redefine that and say I'm going to try just to stay to that one loss, and I'm going to win these last 2 games, let's try and do that. And you never know. Like if I can really just like bang out my next 2 games, maybe I can actually place or something. Maybe. So we'll find out. But yeah. Kieran, what did I do to you, man? But anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.